First, I want to shout out Greg Elise. He is Glyph Award nominee for Best Male Character and Fan Award for Best Work. Greg is a fan of the show. He's been on the show. Here he is right now. Go. For Brook City, that's the work he got on for Best Male Character. Greg's an awesome dude. He writes he's not on the Were Spider. Check that out. Wherever conventions are sold, you can check out the website he's on and everything else. Follow him on IG and all that great stuff. So shout out to Greg for getting those award nominees. He's a stand-up dude. We run into him every time we at a convention. So we all tend to run in the same circles. So shout out to Greg. That man he's seen that. He moderated his first panel for the first time and then turns around and gets nominated.
Yeah. Now that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So that was a big thing for him. I like seeing our people win. Shout out to Darby O'Morrow here in the local city, Cleveland. He's got a major deal with one of the local radio stations here. So shout out to Darby. Every time he's got like a new milestone, man, I gotta shout that dude out in some kind of fashion. But also, Ketchup Entertainment came in clutch again.
Doing the Lord's work.
We said it would happen. Wile E. Coyote will have his day in court finally. There is no actual release date, but it will be July 26th not July 26th. It will be of 2026 of next year that they will release the film. I think this might be the wake-up call for a lot of the Looney Tunes property. It looks like it because they already got if the world blew up with Porky and Daffy. So
I think this might be Ketchup's A24 moment.
I think so. I really think so.
I feel like this could honestly switch up how they're moving because again, if they're just making movies to make them tax write-offs, but the little guy can buy them, which a lot of people probably didn't know was an option, it's probably going to raise a red flag to people who investigate these type of things. Like, well, why didn't you just sell it off instead of hiring hundreds of people to do pre, post, and whatever work, and then throw it all in the trash? What's the scam here?
I mean, it's only going to come back to the fact that it's going to be paying more. It's like if you wrote, I mean, it's just like Batgirl. And I know it's a fool's hope, but Ketchup, you saved Looney Tunes twice. I'm just saying you can take a shot in the dark on Batgirl. But the reason why I bring that up is that they've already paid off the taxes. They've already written off Batgirl as an expense, which means went to the tax code. So say, for instance, Ketchup decides to turn around and actually purchase the rights to distribute Batgirl, then all they're going to wind up doing is just paying the taxes off the profits. So they still, I mean, from a business standpoint, they still win anyway. And Ketchup, comes out looking like the next thing up.
Well, if you end up making a sale, doesn't it have to be done prior to it being an official tax write-off? Because I know with Warner, once it's an official tax write-off, it's like it can't be used anymore because it's been.
It depends on how they did it. Because I asked a buddy of mine that's a CPA, and I asked about that because from the last time we had a podcast, he said under only certain conditions that if they wrote it off as an expense, but it's the caveat that they still own the property, then they understand that they still have to pay taxes on it, but the taxes will be slightly more because you're written off as a loss, but all of a sudden now it's become a gain. So they're going to wind up paying more in the long run if that's the caveat. The other side of it is if they're written off as an expense, that means that they can give it away, they can put it in distribution, it can go through a third party. But if they make any profit on it, that lands them in hot water with the IRS because now you're double dipping. See what I'm saying?
That's where I'm like, this has got to be because now if Ketchup level entertainment places keep doing this, I feel like somebody up top is gonna screw the deal, and eventually it's gonna get like. It's gonna cause a ripple where like they're gonna like, all right, the tax write-off, then we got to stop doing it. Somebody blew the whistle or ruined it for everybody, which still is a win for us because now we get to see these projects that you hyped up just to never put out.
Right.
Because I know there's certain shows like Symbiotic Titan. I know that win the tax write-off, and that's just been thrown on a cliffhanger, never to be seen again. And I know that's always been like those two. The words tax write-off is always a death sentence for cartoons, but if there is a loophole that can now be exploited to get it out there, and I think technically every dollar is profit for the people that bought it now.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
our very own Mayhem Media is in. He's our movie guy, so and I know he's got some things to say about that. What's up, Mayhem?
What's going on? What's going on?
We'll be watching back from sick bay and taking care of sick others and putting his foot in the chest of 11-year-olds. I'm kidding.
Man, Logan ain't gonna be able to have a date till she's 30.
No, you just gotta, be strategic. Don't pick stupid.
You got let Reggie go. Reggie is a kid. Will
he says they're not off limits. They're just not him specifically. Go home.
Correct.
But no, we're discussing movies and Ketchup buying all the Looney Tunes stuff and getting it out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
So and also he's also been running the blurredeyeview.org website for all the articles where you can catch Absolute Manhunter and Absolute Flash #1, both #1s up currently right now. So go check that out. Mayhem, we'll be watching.
Yes, sir.
What is your take on what we were just discussing, like Ketchup Entertainment, not Ketchup Entertainment itself, but these types of production houses or distribution houses grabbing some of these properties that are shelved or cast to the wayside, never to see the light of day, or whatever the case may be? Do you see like a ripple effect happening?
It depends heavily on the performance, honestly. Like, if Ketchup comes out and makes a modest profit, that's going to, one, encourage them to do it again. But these other houses that have the ability, they have the funds to grab projects such as, I don't know, Batgirl, to like snag that, throw it out there real quick, see what kind of money they can make. Because again, WB or Max or Warner, whoever they are, they're going through an identity crisis where they're just being stripped for parts.
I don't know what's happening over there.
Why did HBO Max update the other day and go through its emo phase? It went from purple to black now.
They're trying to separate themselves from the brand. So Max is trying to separate itself from HBO. So that either means that Discovery is about to sell them off, or Max is going to become its own entity again.
The wild part is, I have a friend that works there, and her work stream just got completely flipped upside down because of that one little color change.
Mm-hmm.
Like every graphic that they have has to be like just redone. Just
all because they want to do the black.
Every promo.
She said,
"I gotta redo it."
Came in this morning just thinking I was going to answer emails, and I got to change everything.
We have to unpurple everything. Justice is gray, but for the entire platform.
Jeez,
still crazy.
Well, that's.
And I don't know how long the movie is running. I can't seem to find an updated box office number. It's been at the same one since like the first weekend.
What's that for? The
day the world blew up?
Yeah, it's been at like 8 million for the last couple. So I know it's definitely made more. I think it's close to making back what they paid. But the Blu-ray is up for sale on Amazon for like $16 versus I think the $29.99. So that's not a bad.
That's a steal.
And I don't know if this is going to streaming or going to be digitally purchased anywhere. So the Blu-ray is the only way that has currently been announced to get this movie once it leaves the theater. And I don't know if that's going to be a limited release as well. So I would pick it up while you can, because that might, and it's just the Blu-ray. There's no Blu-ray plus DVD plus it's just Blu-ray. And I think that is it. I think that's it once that's out.
Well, as you know, as we say here, physical media matters.
Don't believe me? I'm about to say, don't believe us. Watch what happens when all your digital media starts going bye-bye. If it's not,
let's put it this way: everybody on this ship has said things and things have happened, and we've been proven to be truthful. We ain't got no reason to lie.
Just saying.
And can't forget how Crunchyroll did us literally a year ago.
Crunchyroll was supposed to bring balance to the force. Now they've become the evil that they fought against the entire time.
And to Bama's point, everything that they took off Max is now on Tubi. So I got the Looney Tunes show on the background right now over there.
Reverend Navy, our
There
very
he is.
own shepherd book of the ship.
Hey! What's going on, y'all?
It's we are covering all the films that have been shelved, bought out. Some of these companies, the A24, the Ketchup Entertainments, some of these undergrounds, the Bloom houses, which, by the way, shout out to Geek by Heart, our Grill to Horror. She actually got to see The Woman in the Yard. She said, please don't go see that alone. That is something, she said. This is like a bit of a...
If she needed a moment after she watched that movie, that tells me that I don't want to watch it.
Anytime she tells you don't go by yourself, that is a serious rating. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, she said it's not bad. It's actually good. It's just it's a thinker.
Yeah.
It
sounds like a mind. It sounds like a mind down to the rabbit hole. I'm like, nah, I'm good.